Hey guys, what's going on? This is DBRDoppelganger. I've been requested to build a car, kind of do a car building guide, so that's what this R34 is for. I have not built one yet. I built this last night and now I'm just narrating over it. It does go pretty well. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of explain a few things. I know the V8 can go in this car, so I'm going to go the V8 because I'm going to do a more acceleration build. If I was going to go for a top speed build or like a highway sprint run, I would probably leave the stock engine in, just because, well, I'll explain a bit later on. Twin turbos for acceleration, centrifugal supercharger if available for more of a balanced car, so I'm going the turbos and leaving it stock driveline as all-wheel drive because it is amazing in this game. Front and rear aero because race car. Some cars I don't use aero, just depends on the mood I'm in. And I'm going to try to put race tyres on here and see what I can do with it. Jump over the handling, full, everything. I don't put the roll cage in. I'll explain why soon. The roll cage adds weight. I'll put it in if it decreases my 0 to 100 mile an hour time, but in this case it's not, so it's not going in. And the springs, I put the springs on, they cost 2 points. I'm going to take them back out now, and I'll explain why at the end of the build. And I'm going to leave the gearbox off because they seem to cost a phenomenal, I can't even say that word, they just cost a lot of points in the V8s. And now I go straight to my boost because, well, that's where my acceleration is mainly. And you can see we're already over, so I'm going to drop a tyre compound off and add some rear widths to it because rear widths normally cost no points at all. With the rear width too, if the back of the car is not following the front and you're not kind of big on tuning or you can't tune it out, just drop a rear tyre width off. It helps a lot. So now I'm just I'm weighing up if I want to go boost with full cams or if I want to leave the cams off. So I'm just kind of sussing out my options now. I'm going to put everything else on except for cams at the moment. Still no gearbox, as I said. Every time I go in there to check, it's just the points it cost goes up, the more power I put in, so I'm going to leave them off. So I'm kind of that's what I'm doing at the moment, just weighing up my options. So I am, as I said, I'm going to go full everything else, bar a few things. And I'll explain why when we get there, because the amount of torque that you get out of everything, everything will give you more torque over what cams will, and that's what I want. Torque is acceleration, and we're going to go street cams here because I was weighing it up before. I've got tiny bit less horsepower, but I've got about 50 pounds more torque, and with the intercooler it does add weight. I put this in if my 0 to 100 mile an hour time goes down. Personal preference, I nearly always use it. Quicker accelerating car the better, in my opinion. And I can't fit a gearbox in. Still going to do 200 miles an hour with the 7.2 speed. And with the clutch, I use manual clutch, so they have the clutch has absolutely no effect on my shift time. So I generally never run with a clutch. I never run with a flywheel because boost comes on strong enough already, and the oil and cooling, if I'm sitting at 901 and I need to get the car back down into 900 for S1 or A class, I'll put the oil and cooling in to add a bit of weight or heavier rims or whatever. Now I just put the race springs back in. That's because the rest of the car build is done. If you're not big on tuning and you put the race springs in first and then do your car build, your springs aren't going to be set. If you do your build and then you put the race springs on, your car is going to be more balanced. Just the springs will be set a bit better for you, and all the bumpers and stuff, they normally cost no points. Put them on if you want to look fancy or whatever. I don't. I just like front rear aero, and that's about it. Anyway guys, that's kind of a V8 build. As I said, if I was going to do a top speed build, I would leave the stock engine in just because I could get more top speed out of it. I hope this helped you. So cams for speed, and in this build, no cams, acceleration, and I've got myself a lobby car. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.